What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT, along with the Huntress GT, who I just startled by just talking out of the clear blue like that. Here I was digging a coin, and all of a sudden I'm doing my intro. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We are at the old library park here from early 1900s, 19 teens. This library was built. I want to say 1908, 1918, 1916, I can't remember the date. I've said it on a previous video, been here a couple times, found a old silver here and quite a few wheat pennies. So we are hitting it up here. This used to be a Carnegie library here from the early 1900s, the big building back behind this, not this little brick one, but that one back there. And yeah, so it turned into a museum now. And they built a library on the other side of the park back behind it over there. So we are over here hitting up the curb strips and hitting up these big trees. Like, look at that sucker, boy. That's a big trunk right there. So first find of the day, nothing old, but I have a 1990 penny, or I'm sorry, dime right there. So nothing spectacular, just a clad, but I will take it. I am rocking the Omega 8500 today. Huntress has her Fisher F19 like always. Can't pry that thing out of her hands if you wanted to. She says she wants to try some of the new detectors that we have, or other detectors, the Omega, the Patriot, the T2, but every time she just grabs that one. So old faithful pink F19 right there. She knows that machine, that's right. All right, guys, let's go find us some coins. All right, pretty iffy signal. Very iffy. But it's single hitting high tone up in the 80s. And I can get it to repeat at certain angles. I'm going to dig it anyways. I'm skeptical, of course. Let's pinpoint. 5 inches right there. I'm skeptical if it's anything good. Probably a piece of cancel or something. Let's find out. And this is why you dig iffy signals like that only repeat one way sometimes, but when you angle them off, you'll get a back and forth hit, so circle your targets. If it's repeating up in the dime quarter range, go ahead and dig it, guys, for the most part. If in doubt, dig it out. Wheat penny right there, 1920 or 29. I can't make out the last digit, but it's a 192, and it's either a 0 or a 9. Your eyes are probably, or this camera's better than my eyes, so it's in the sunlight there. Hopefully you guys can make that out. Try to get it real close till it blurs out. Can't even tell. All right, but yeah, 192 on it, so definitely a 1920s wheat penny. There it is. Pretty good stuff. All right, on to the next. Well, that's not a coin. I chased that sucker clear down to, about that deep or so, a good 6 inches. Finally popped it out. Oh boy, oh boy. Good stuff. I'll take it. I'll take a rusty nail. Why not? It's metal detecting. Have fun. Two inches. Let's see what we got. And it was just about 2 inches down, like it said. A 1965 quarter. Now I know when people find these, the first thing they say is, oh my gosh, I was only a year off from a silver. And that is correct. You're only 1 year off from a silver, but you're farther than you think, because they pumped out like 10 times more of these in 65 than they did silver quarters in 64. Once they decided not to use silver, this is just clad cheap metal here, so they just started pumping these out like crazy. I don't know the specific numbers, but it's multiple times more 65s than you will find 64s, silvers, of course. So I found probably, 10 of these, and I've never found a 64 quarter. So I found a 44 quarter and a 41, but never 64. So there it is, guys. Little history lesson for us all. I looked over and the huntress was making all sorts of noise. I thought there was a horse in the park for a minute. All bugs are flying up her nose. We smell like citrus and eucalyptus. We got our repel off, whatever, you know, the bug spray on. There's quite a few mosquitoes out.
They like my nose.
They like her nose, that's for sure. They're Man, I thought there's a horse race going on in here. It sounded like a... That right there, of course, was jumpy, but it was at 6 to 7 inches. Yep. Holy cow. It pinpointed at like 8, 9. So I decided, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. And that came out, swept the coil over, nothing else. But yeah, sensitive machine here, that's for sure. This 8500 goes quite deep and pretty sensitive. So bonkers, no idea what it is. Crazy.
Trash, trash, trash.
Trash, trash, trash. Walked over to the huntress here. She's pulling those pull tabs. She's hunting them nickels. She found a couple coins there in 80, I think in an 82. And then she just popped up this birth year penny for me, a 1975 right there. So pretty good. She's 1 coin up on me actually. I've only found that quarter and that wheat penny. So, good stuff. Good stuff. On to the next. Well, me and the huntress have both noticed at this park here, Colorado soil, it really eats the, and this is a 1980, I rubbed it, and one side, pretty good. You know, you can see the building pretty good. Flip it over, and you can't even, I had to rub the heck out of it, and it was this side up. So I think they've just fertilized this lawn over the years, and I was talking to my buddy who hunted with me the other day, and we both came to the conclusion as well that we think that the fertilizer sinks down, you know, as it waters and whatever, it hits the coin, eats it up, and then this side is the face down side, and it's not so bad. You can tell it's the Lincoln Memorial Building, United States of America, 1 cent. This side you can barely make out Lincoln's head. I couldn't make out the date. I really had to spit on it and rub it around for almost a full minute, and I still can't see it hardly. It says 1980. Yeah, I think it's fertilizer basically eating up this coin. So that's my take. On to the next. Alright, the huntress called me over. She found something pretty cool. A key right there, which isn't so spectacular in itself, but still always a cool find. I always like finding keys for some reason. I don't know why, but we always holler at each other, hey, I found a key. So yeah, pretty cool find. But what's even cooler, check it out. She found class of 1997, it says.
Is that what it says?
Yep. So she found a keychain that says class of 1997. Boy, and it is just like I was just talking about, guys. It is bubbled and it has taken a beating from the soil here. The fertilizers in the soil have just really done a job on it. Obviously it's not precious metal, or else it would have resisted the corrosion effects, but yep, class of 1997 and a key. Pretty good. She says there's something else in there wiggling around. Probably another key. No? Nope, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Good job. A key and a keychain. Pretty good. Or a, well, I guess it's not a keychain, a key pendant. I don't know. Keychain, key pendant, whatever you want to call it.
It's a year off from my graduation.
A year off from your graduation. Did you drop it maybe? Huh?
No.
Were you confused and you said, oh, this isn't my year? Threw it on the ground. So the proof, guys, the huntress litters right there. She threw her keychain on the ground because she bought the wrong one and she regretted it. So she came to the park, threw it on the ground. She felt guilty 20 years later and said, oh, I better go dig it up. That's the story.
That's it. That's exactly what it is.
That's the story we're going with. On to the next. Good job, huntress.
Should think.
Well, right next to the key, I'm assuming it's going to be the same person that dropped it when they pulled their key out and dropped it or whatever. They lost a dime there as well. What year you got, huntress? She's rubbing it.
2004.
2004. There it is. Good stuff. Nothing else?
Nope.
All right. Good job on a dime. Woo. On to the next. Woo!
fancy.
Well, this has to go on video here, guys. I started to walk away and go detect. She said, "You better turn back. You better turn back, Hunter." As I said, "Okay." So I turned around. She said, "I think it's a button." Oh, no, it looks like a little pepper shaker. I think it's a pepper shaker. There you go, guys. Look at her. Pepper shaker.
It's awesome.
AKA headphone, because when you flip it over you can see the speaker, the little circuit board, and the little magnet on the back. But you know, we'll call it a
pepper shaker.
We'll call it a turn of the century pepper shaker. You know, why not? It's okay.
A mini pepper shaker.
It's a mini pepper shaker.
Don't tease me.
You may want to turn back for an earbud. Good job, Huntress.
Thank you.
Excellent
Fine
work.
Of the day right there.
Quite the detectorist. You're a great detectorist. You're a terrible idea. That's all there is to it.
I have imagination, all right?
Yeah, you do. That's for sure. Some of the greatest finds have come from some of her worst finds in her head.
So you're welcome.
You know, you're supposed to tell me that before you hand me the quarter.
Well, you kissed me. I didn't think it mattered.
Oh, because I kiss you. Oh, I'm recording right now, yes. So the Huntress just hands me this quarter and says, "Oh, I spit on it really good. I really spit it up good so I can get the dirt off of it." And then she puts it in my hand. It's in my hand already when she tells me that.
Who knows what was on it before? I cleaned it for you.
Oh, with your spit?
Somebody else's spit. Now it's just my spit.
Oh, how generous.
Like
You're so
spit.
polite.
You like me.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much. Well, there's a cool quarter, guys. A 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter, a national park quarter. So pretty cool. Nothing silver or anything like that, but I always like the states quarters and the national parks quarters, stuff like that. So there it says Mount Rushmore. Pretty cool. Here you go. Here's your
My
spit quarter. On to the next. Come here. You'll like this quarter.
Huh?
Come here. You'll like this quarter. I found a surface quarter. I went over it with the coil, but it was just right on the surface underneath the grass here. So it's a states quarter. Connecticut, 1999, 1788 for Connecticut. But the Huntress is in love with big old trees that are dead for some reason. No leaves on them. So you can see the picture there. Let me get it to zoom in if it will. It doesn't seem to want a macro for some reason, but there it goes. So you can see the tree there. There you go, Huntress. Check out that quarter. Don't you wish you had that tree in
Very
your
beautiful tree.
backyard? Yeah, I knew you'd love that one.
Very neat.
Yep. There you go. You can keep it.
Really?
Yeah, you can have that quarter. I know how much you love trees.
I do like trees.
Yep. There you go.
Dead trees.
On to the next.